Good morning and welcome to episode 18 of a Migrant's Journey. I'm surprised that we have done 18 episodes already and we learn or we listen to news stories every day. Hopefully, this has been a huge help for you. The response has been really awesome. If you haven't watched the past 17 episodes, each one of them has unique stories and advices in them. Please head on to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my channel, and you can actually binge 16 episodes. That's like almost 8 hours of content, which is hopefully binge worthy and hopefully entertaining as well. Um, Good morning to all our viewers. I think we have about 8 viewers live on LinkedIn right now, which is a healthy amount. Yesterday evening we had a lot of viewers, but that was evening. I'm sticking to the morning schedule, which works well for all of us. Um, Please make some noise, leave a comment on YouTube, leave a comment on LinkedIn, subscribe to my channel, share this post, ask us questions, say good morning, hi, hello. The more noise you make, the more people this reaches to, the more people gets help from this, and the more happier I am, which is a selfish reason for me as well. So please do make that noise. Today we have Sugandh with us. Let's straight away go to Sugandh. Good morning, Sugandh.
Good morning, Vinesh.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I think we have met probably a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure. It's been some
yeah,
time, and we've kept in touch. So let's get straight into things. Who are you, Sugandh, and what do you do?
yeah. So my name is Sugandh Govil. I am an international student. I still consider myself an international student, though I'm on temporary visa right now. And I studied my master's in information system from University of Melbourne. And currently, I'm working as a graduate consultant at Deloitte.
Mm,
And in my free time, I like to help international students as well.
mm, that's good. I
Yeah,
think that's the point where we connected
yeah,
in the first
exactly,
call
exactly.
as well. I mean, you were helping international students. I was also,
Right.
I think I wasn't really active at that point of time, but I was still trying to do my bit, and we kind of connected with that. Now, let's
True.
go to the beginning. Right before you migrated. What was
Yeah.
your preparations before moving to Melbourne? I understand it's a huge culture change. It's a
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
difference
of
altogether.
course.
So, what preparation did
Yeah.
you do before arriving to Melbourne?
I think before arriving to Melbourne, it was not much. It's just that the accommodation was one of the things that was there on my mind.
Yeah.
It's like where I'm gonna stay after going over there and whom I'm gonna stay with.
Hmm.
Specifically, when you come out as a girl, like your parents are so scared,
Yeah.
like whom you're gonna stay with and how.
Yeah.
So, Uni Melb has this pre-departure session over there
Hmm.
in India. They do that. So over there, we connected. I connected with three more girls, and then we found an accommodation over here.
Hmm.
And then I have that attitude. Okay, my dad told me it's gonna be hard there. Are you? You will be. Are you gonna face it? And I was like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. I know. I know.
Yeah.
But then when I came over here, and it was like really hard, and then I was like, okay, this is what my dad was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and then
let me, before we go into those details, let me go into the girl factor that you mentioned. Did
yeah,
you have any struggle when you come over here, after you came over here? Because the culture is completely different. And in India,
yeah,
we worry a
yeah.
lot, especially a girl going alone in a different country. But I don't think it's an uncommon thing at all here in Australia, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, true,
there's
true.
nothing to be afraid of or nothing to be worried
Exactly.
about. So, what did that factor ever creep in after you moved to Australia?
Not much. I won't say like because over here everything is like everyone is so friendly and
Mm.
it's not like girls can't go out in the night
Yeah.
or you can't do this, you can't do that.
Mm.
So it's kind of gave me a confidence, not like losing my confidence
Mm.
and like because I have my friends initially with me, so that also helped in like getting out of my comfort zone and being in a country where you actually get like the equal kind of respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, it was not as hard as a girl that I thought. Like it's hard for all the international student as a general, not
absolutely.
it's like a
Yeah. Not
girl.
nothing to
Yeah,
worry specifically.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
as
just
a
wanted to
girl.
share that.
Yeah.
Now, how was your first few weeks or months after coming over here? With regards to uni, the culture, everything. I mean, there's a
Oh my
huge
god,
difference over here. So
that
let's start with
was
that.
like, yeah. Oh my god, first 2 weeks was really like horrible, I will say, because first we came out of our comfort zone and everything was new, and then suddenly getting all the responsibility on your head is
Mm.
kind really daunting sometimes. Like you have to clean utensils, you have to take care of yourself, you have to like do everything literally. We are not used to do that in India, making, cooking food,
Yeah.
cleaning utensils, then buying stuffs, and then first thing that is you come here and see like if you don't have anyone over your like to look after you, any elder one or anyone who has been there outside. I don't have anyone over here. Like, so first thing that struck me was the currency conversion,
Mm.
like from rupees, and like this much dollar is gonna be like this much of rupees. I'm not gonna buy this. And no, 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 this is so expensive. And I remember literally standing out of the restaurants and looking like when I'm gonna go inside these restaurants and gonna eat good
Yeah.
food. So it's really hard. And then the university, you are not used to like over here the education is like entirely different what we have there in India. We have like so much of exams in India. Over here there's just one exam in the whole semester, like a whole year.
Mhm.
And then there are different assignments. And then over here you haven't you the people don't spoon feed you with anything.
Yeah.
You have to take the responsibility of each and everything, even your assignments, your career, your studies, everything.
Mm.
So that was kind of another big responsibility that came. And then getting into the new culture, it was like really difficult going out and talking to the people. We used to stay in our own comfort zone, like with our own people, finding Indians and then gathering up with them initially.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of like a struggle
Yeah.
in
I,
the
and
beginning, I would say.
I think it's absolutely on point when you talk about spoon feeding, especially because of the
Yeah,
huge cultural difference. For example, a country like India, you're not,
true.
you don't know what the difficulties are until you're let loose, right? Even after you
Exactly.
graduate, you don't actually know the difficulties. And here, no one is going to spoon feed you. No one is going to tell you, do this, do this, do this, do this. No,
Right,
that's
right.
not going to happen.
Yeah.
That being said, everything is possible here. You have to
Exactly.
just that you have to ask. And people are
True.
really friendly. You will find all the answers, but you have to ask. People
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
come and give you the answer. Another point is the currency conversion. That's a really painful thing to begin with. Uh, you have no option but to cook, to start with, because even though food is just probably $10 or $20, when you convert it into Indian
Right.
rupees, it's a huge amount, and you
Yeah.
tend to "Nah, I'm not going to do that." It takes some time to get used to that, but eventually you'll get used to it.
Right, right.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, let's get into the job search side of things. When did you start this? And when you started, how did you go about it? I'm sure over time it evolved, but when you
Yeah.
started, how did you go about it?
Yeah, so I remember like for the first semester, I wasn't trying to get any part time as well. I was like, this is my first semester. I'm gonna look how everything is.
Hmm.
And then by the end of the first semester, I actually started looking for like internships or any part time or something like that.
Hmm.
At that time, I came across this Ribbit where I got as my Melbourne student ambassador. Like I was working as a Melbourne student ambassador with, so that actually helped me, like really helped me. And for the full time, that was at my part time job. And at the full time, I started looking in the last semester, because I have that mentality like till the third semester, like, okay, I'm gonna get the job, how hard it's gonna be.
Yeah,
It's okay. Like in India, we're used to like, okay,
yeah,
we get the job. It's
yeah.
like, so I was having the same mentality, but till the end, like I was not paying, like giving my 100% to be honest, till the last semester. But
Hmm.
when the last semester came, I was like, this is it. I have to get the job by the end of the semester.
Yeah.
I have to give my 100%.
Mm.
So I like started doing everything, whatever I can do to get the job, like meeting people, networking, checking, getting my resume checked and everything, like everything. And I have been got rejected from Deloitte like 2 times.
Mhm.
So that was also like the rejections and all, everything was there. But I was like, no, I have to get the job by the end of the semester. So I'm gonna get it. And whatever it takes me to do it, I'm gonna do it.
So a question on that. Don't I mean, now that you look back, do you think waiting till the last sem was a mistake?
Yes. That
Yeah.
was.
So,
There are tons of opportunity, that the university gives us actually.
mm,
Like all the university, and in fact, the Australian government has so much of stuffs for the international students to help them.
mm,
And taking that opportunity before would have built a much more stronger resume for me, and much more would have given me much more experiences.
absolutely.
And by the end of the like semester I would have known, like, still I'm struggling to find out like what exactly I want to do.
Mm,
But if I would have taken those opportunity,
yeah.
so I would have known like, okay, this is my field, I have to go in this
Yeah.
one.
Coming to the part-time job you did at Rebit, although it was not relevant to what you wanted to do, that kind of gave you a lot of insights on how the market works, right? Because you were
Right.
actually giving career advice. So, what are your thoughts on that? Because that's a pathway where you can learn and you can earn as well, right? So that's a
Yeah.
very interesting pathway that students or anyone can take for that matter.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, Ribbit was something that I wanted to do. It's like how I got the job was like, it was the career fair. They came in the career fair in Unimelp, and I really liked what they were doing. Like when I saw their flyers and it was written that they are helping the students and getting the part time and everything. So I would really like that thing that they have done. So I just straightforward went to them over the counter and I asked, "Do you have any volunteer work over there?"
Mm,
So they was luckily the director of the Ribbit was sitting over there, and I didn't know at that time, and I was like telling everything like, okay, I have done this in India and all, because I have worked back in India with my mom as well in an NGO. So I have this tendency of helping the people. So I just told her all these stories, and she was like, then she took my number and she asked me for the LinkedIn profile. Oh my
mm.
God, I didn't have the LinkedIn profile at that time. It was just my second semester.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the LinkedIn profile. I gave her my number and she took my number, and then I got a call after 1 week or so.
Mm,
And then she told like they are looking for a Melbourne student ambassador. Am I okay to work with them? I was like, yeah,
mm,
I'm fine. And then they were like, we are gonna pay you because it was a non-profit organization. I was like, yeah, cool enough, better than
mm,
better than volunteering. And then that actually helped me when I went there. What my job was to go and look at the talk to the people in different career events, talk to students and get them on board in our company,
mm.
and sign up for the events. And so what I saw, it's like the international students specifically, I saw it's like how much they are struggling even after doing so much of thing. What's going on in the market, like there were so many employers that we need to connect to as well, and the student as well.
Mm.
So there are so many opportunities for the international students out there. The employers are actually looking, but then the students, like, there was some gap in these
Yeah.
in between, the employers and the students not getting the job.
Hmm.
So that gave me actually a big and like big eye opening thing, like what's going on in the market and what these students are actually struggling for, or how we gonna make it, like how we're gonna make it happen.
That's very interesting, and that's how we got connected as well. So all went well.
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
coming to internships, I'm sure you get this questions a lot. There are a
Yeah.
lot of agencies or organizations out there who you can pay. I think it costs about anywhere between $1,500 to $2,500, which is a big
Yeah.
amount, and they'll arrange you an internship. Yes, this is an easy way to do it, and yes, this is a proven way to do it, and this is all legal, and the cost is justifiable as well. Any service here in Australia will
True.
cost you that much. It's not expensive at all. But before you pay that amount, you can do this on your own if you want
Yeah.
to. Can do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, what are your
Exactly.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, exactly. I tell these students all the time. It's like, give your 100% first in finding the internship. Like, go do the networking, get your resume checked, where you are stuck in, do more work on that thing. If you have given your 100%, and be honest with yourself, have you given your 100% or not? When you know that you have given 100% and there is no chance that you can get anything, then go to them. It's no harm in paying them and getting these services. But first, I would always suggest everyone, give your 100%, because there are people who have got the job without all this as well. So
So,
first try to give your
what do you
100%.
mean by give your 100%? Is it like look at all sort of specifically for internships, look at all sort of job portals or networking with people or applying to all people or emailing people? What do you mean by 100%, especially in this context?
Yeah. So what I mean by saying is like first be sure like where what you want to do. Like I have came here for masters in information systems. So even if you're not sure, you have a background. Okay, you have done your masters in something.
Mm,
What all the jobs are there related to your master's degree? Get into them and search like what you are good at. For
mm,
me, I did that the same thing. Like there were so many things that was there when you complete your master's degree, masters in information system. For me particularly, I have searched like I took the subjects in the university that I was like I looked like okay, I can do this, I can do that.
mm,
But when taking the subject, I got to know okay, the business analyst is something that I want to do. So after that, I started making my resume accordingly. Like even if I'm applying for business analyst roles or sometimes the consultant role, I'm making two different resumes.
mm,
I'm checking, I'm getting checked that resume over and over again with the career departments and all.
yeah,
So it's like be like giving 100% means get your resume on point, get it checked hundred of times, make hundred and thousands of resume. Everyone does that.
yeah,
That's not a problem.
mm,
Network with people, ask them, learn from them what their path was,
mm,
how was their experience. I won't suggest going straight away to someone and asking them for the reference and all. That doesn't work. You have to build the relationship with the people
yeah,
over here. Specifically, networking is the key. You
mm,
have to network with the people and in the right way, I would say.
yeah,
And you have to ask the question to get like the answers of your questions,
mm,
like how I'm gonna do it, what's the right path. So you have to ask, you have to network, you have to go and talk to people, you have to come little out of your comfort zone and talk to people. It's hard for everyone for sure.
yeah.
So it's
That
gonna hard for you as well. Yeah.
that's very good advice, and I think this comes back to the point that Sanket touched on yesterday, and that is having focus, knowing what is
Yeah,
it that you want
exactly.
to do. That's a start. Then talk to people who have done that
Right.
journey already, learn from them, and make your own journey out of it. So that's a
Yeah.
key thing over here. Finally, how did you get into Deloitte after two rejections?
Yeah, so that was also a kind of a networking thing only. I'm like, first I get in connection with people on LinkedIn who were working on the Deloitte, and
Mm,
I have connected with one particular person who was there, who was the alumni of Unimelv as well.
mhm,
So she really helped me, so I didn't like how it happened. Like I got the Ask Alumni is one thing from that University of Melbourne does. So I enrolled in that, and then I saw she's over there and she's working in Deloitte. So I got connected to her on LinkedIn, and I asked her like what was her experience, and I want to go into the same field she's been working in, and how was her experience and what all tips she can give to me as a graduate.
mhm,
So eventually I built up a like relationship with her, and then I connected with lot other people who were business analysts. And I wanted to know like the only question I asked them like their experiences.
mhm,
And then coming out of the graduation and going into the industry is kind of something different, so how I can fill that gap.
mm,
So I just asked them all those questions, and then they have guided me back. Like everyone has replied, I would say. Few of them didn't, but that's okay. And then they have like literally helped me with everything. Like I have like the relationship that I have made with them is like amazing. Till now, I'm still talking with them. So the networking thing, and then going, and then the resume. She checked my, actually that lady had checked my resume and given me the points, and then I got my resume selected, and then all the process, like everything was, then I did the preparation for the interview as well. You have to do that.
yeah,
You can't go in the interview without
mm,
preparation.
mm.
So you have to prepare for everything, and then I was getting mentored at each and every point, which was like really good.
That's very good. I mean, you build that support system for yourself,
Yeah,
and
exactly, you have to
that's
do that.
yeah, that's a really good story to share. So congrats. Now, I think you started
Thank you.
working last 2 months or
I started working in March,
March.
working in
So
March. Yeah.
right before the shutdown, you started working.
Yeah,
Lucky for
yeah,
you. Did
yeah,
you get a
yeah.
chance to meet your colleagues or?
Yeah, for first 2 weeks we were in the office,
Okay,
and
that's good.
then
That's good.
yeah.
That's a good start. Now, you talk to a lot of international students and even migrants for that matter. What would your advice to them be? I mean, I'm sure you get a lot of repeated questions. So, what would your advice to them be?
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell them like for all the international students over there, like when you are coming over here, it's gonna hard. It's really gonna hard. You won't even imagine how hard it is, but
Mm,
it's okay. take care of yourself first. Your mental, your physical, and your emotional well-being is the first thing. Take care of that. And then I would say, like, give your 100% in whatever you want to do. We all have came over here, we already have came out of the comfort zone, and we have already done so much, achieved so much. And, like, stick to that purpose that have made you come over here. Stick to that purpose and keep that in mind, and keep learning from others.
Mm.
Like, Vinesh is also doing so much of things, like talking to the people and getting to learn from their experiences. Learn from them, don't repeat the same mistake. Make your new one, but don't repeat the same mistake. And give your 100% and be honest with yourself, that have you given. Also, for the international students specifically, I want to say, like, there are so many resources out there. You have to go and get those resources, like Study Melbourne. The Victoria government is doing so much of thing. Ribbit is there, Study Melbourne is there. There's so many people who are helping and ready to help. Vinesh is there, I am there. There's so many people who are ready to help. Go get those, use of those resources at maximum.
Yeah,
And a university is the best place to start with. They
absolutely.
also give you much of resources like career options, networking event. So take advantage of each and everything that a university is giving you. That's really important. I haven't done that, so
Yeah,
I'm telling, like, I started doing it in the last semester. So
absolutely.
I would suggest everyone, like, start doing it in the first semester. Get into every event. Start doing it. It's obviously gonna be out of your comfort zone. You're gonna be feel scared, but that is what you have came here for, to learn, right? So
Yeah,
just get
I think
out.
it's important that you use the resources that is available in your university. I mean, most
Exactly.
people say there's nothing in my university, but
No,
have you
yeah,
asked for it? Because the people that I talk to, they say there are tons of resources, but it's not utilized as much as it have to
true.
be, right? So there are tons of
Exactly.
resources. Get in touch with the university and get most of it. And I absolutely love the way you mentioned, learn from others' mistake. I mean, I don't know who said this. I came across a quote recently saying, life is too short to make all the mistakes by your own. So learn from
True.
others' mistakes, listen to stories,
Yeah.
read books, learn from others' mistakes, and make sure that you don't repeat it. Make new ones, fine, that's fine, but
True.
don't
Exactly.
don't try to go through every mistake on your own. So that's a beautiful journey, Sugandh, and thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I think we've had a lot of conversations. You've come to my meetup as well.
Yep.
What do you think about the whole setup, the meetup, the conversations we had, and how did it help you, or how do you see it's helping a lot of people out there?
I think that's a really good thing, because when you come across, like, so many people, when you go to the meetups and you see, like, especially for the Vinesh event, when I went over there, I saw there are much more people, like, who has, like, much more responsibility, having kids and all.
Mm,
They are also struggling, and we international students are, like, at much better position because we have an education over here.
yeah.
So it gives you an insight, like, how these people are actually holding themselves up, and then they are also trying,
Mm,
and everyone is helping each other, like, in getting the job, and, like, everyone is talking to each other, helping each other, getting to know each other. That's a really good thing to do. And then people are going to share their experiences as well. What's their success story, what's their failure story, so you're going to learn much more from that.
yeah.
And from the conversation you get to know, like, what's going on in the market, like, how the things are happening, what's going on.
Yeah.
So that is really important.
Thank you. So that's an interesting point you shared because when I talk to skilled migrants who have come here and struggling, they say, international students' life could be easier because they have support system, they have friends and
Exactly.
stuff like, they have a system around that which they can follow. But when I talk to international students, they say, they have a PR, they have tons of years of experience, so it should be easy for them. But it's
No, it's
equally
not.
hard for
It's equally
both
hard. Yeah.
both people, and
True.
there's a lot to learn from each other actually. When I do events like this, I get requests, you should do interviews with international students, you should do interviews with people in specific domain, or you should do interviews with freshers out there. The struggles are the same. There is nothing
Exactly.
specific to, I mean, Sugandh is a graduate consultant. I did not talk a word about what she does on work, we talked
Yeah.
about her experience and how that typical journey is. And this is applicable to you, whether you're an international student, whether you're a migrant, whether you're a skilled migrant, doesn't matter. All these, in fact, all the 17 episodes, past 17 episodes, reflect the same way. There is nothing specific, domain specific over there. There is something to learn for everyone in those. So thank you so much for your time today morning, Sugandh. It was an absolute
Thank you,
pleasure listening to
Vinesh.
your story and your input.
Same here.
Keep helping people out there.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that even though you have secured a role, you still want to help people out there. So how can people connect to you?
They can connect me on LinkedIn. Like
Yeah,
LinkedIn is the best platform. I'm ready to help anyone, and though
absolutely.
I will take time to reply them back, but yeah, I'm gonna reply for
So,
sure.
so
Yeah.
please shoot a request to Sugandh if you need any help. If you have any questions for us, please leave a comment on LinkedIn or send a message to me or Sugandh. Uh, just a caution: LinkedIn comments might get lost. So either send me a message if I don't respond, or leave a comment on YouTube, which I get a notification immediately and I can respond to it. But otherwise, keep supporting me, keep supporting us. We have episodes at least till end of next week, so there are still a lot of stories coming up. There is a lot of stories already. If you haven't watched anything yet, there is 17 episodes for you to binge on. Thanks for all your support, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can get this rolling every day. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time, Sugandh. Thank you so much for all
Thank you,
your input. No
Vinesh.
worries at all.
Thank
I'll
you,
see you
everyone.
tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye.